So before I came out here, the word I got from Nicole was, this Nicole, is that you wanted to wrap this all up and go to prison today.
It's not that I want to go to prison, but I'm not trying to bullshit. I honestly thought, you would see that life happens, and I made a
See,
mistake.
here's the problem. I don't know nothing about everything you just told me. March 19th, 2 attempts to collect a urine sample, and you apparently provided water from the toilet. You understand that charge?
Yep.
Ms. Novotny?
Your Honor, at this time, my client would like to waive both hearings and ultimately admit to the violations at this time.
Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your plea to those charges?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. So what's going on?
Excuse me.
Huh?
What do you mean?
I mean, what's going on? Why are you here again?
I shouldn't be here, Your Honor, but, life happened.
Why are you here?
Life happened, starting with, I couldn't just get sued over the contracts that I had for snow plowing. That's why I didn't show up for my hearing. I know I didn't piss dirty for methamphetamines. I know it was amphetamines because of the Sudafed that I've been on from my doctors. And the opiates was as needed because I bruised my ribs. I wasn't an addict like I used to be in my past, and I wasn't going to take 12 of them in 3 days, because then that would have set me off in my mind of being an addict and who I am. I've always admitted to you that I'm an addict.
12 of what in 3 days?
The 12 Percocets that the doctor prescribed me. So I used them as needed because my ribs were bruised. Now the reason I had to use them past what I was supposed to in 3 days, because I didn't understand the prescription bottle. It said as needed, so I thought I could eat them as needed for when I was in pain. So
Wasn't that in November?
December, I believe.
November 27th.
Oh, okay, November, yeah. But 12 of them in my eyes would have been 12 weeks if I needed them like that. I was snow plowing, truck broke down, I had to shovel driveways, I slipped, I re-injured it. Instead of going to sit in the hospital again, which I know they would have gave me more pills, I could have went and got as many as I wanted because I had x-rays of how bruised they were. I didn't do it that way. I wasn't trying to be an addict no more. I know I'm an addict, so why would I want to keep going and getting more and more
Well,
and more?
why are you taking those things anyway?
Because I had bruised ribs.
I know you had
and
bruised ribs, but
because of the pain that I was in, Your Honor.
But the opiates in you ain't a good mix, right?
Yeah, but when you're in that much pain, when you are shoveling driveways and plowing, you hit things and there's nothing you can do about it.
Why were you
I was
scooping-
eating so many damn Tylenol that the Tylenol wasn't working.
Right.
Watch how you're saying.
Why did
I'm
you
sorry.
Why
Yeah,
did
I
you
did.
scoop water out of the toilet last time?
That was it. I told him I couldn't pee, and I even admitted I shouldn't have done it right to his face.
Okay.
That was right then and there. Listen, I came in sick. You can ask the two in the back. I was puking. I had the flu, and I didn't come out. I didn't pee till Friday, and I thought he said he was coming back, but he never came back. I honestly told him I would pee. I could not pee. I had nothing in my body. I puked all night, Tuesday night, puked all into the morning, and I was going to urgent care that morning when I got woken up. Now I know for a fact she would have never let me out of that probation office.
Who?
Miss Randazzo would have never let me out of her office after she had had the other probation gentleman come in the bathroom with me. Then we sat down and waited. Then we went back to her office. If that had methamphetamines in it, because they have the same test that they have at the lab that they use at their lab, she would have never let me walk out of that office that day. I know for a fact I have not used methamphetamines. Now I can understand the opiate thing. I made a mistake with that, and I live up to that to the fullest because I thought it was as needed. I'm not here to lie to you. I've always been honest with you because I know lying to you or bullshitting you gets me nowhere. But I've always been 100% with you, Your Honor. And
So-
I have no recollection of bullshitting you or no reason to, because you're always been fair with me. Now, yes, I had a failure to appear. I also had obligations of the snowplow contract, like I said. My mom broke her hip. I couldn't just leave my mom. You know, I've
Why don't you
taken care
say
of her.
something about it instead of just ignoring shit? Why don't you say something to her?
I actually called her and left her messages saying that I would turn myself in after I had my plow contract or after my best friend died. I was just
Well,
pallbearer.
that was before February 2nd, right? You called her
Yeah, that was
sometime
after
and then
February
said you would be
2nd.
there that next Monday and you.
Yeah, and then my best friend died.
You just, no, this was, you couldn't report on a date certain because you were going to a funeral. You would be there on February 2nd and you didn't show
It wasn't February 2nd, it was
Okay, what
February
was it, Nicole?
21st.
He contacted me on February 17th and stated he would be in on that Monday.
Okay. Monday, what?
Probably would have been like the
23rd. Okay, were you there on Monday the 23rd?
No, I was not,
Why not?
to be honest with you, because my daughter asked me to spend my birthday with me, which was the 25th.
Okay, did you show up on the 26th?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because I was coming in on a Monday. To be honest with you, I was gonna come in on a Monday, but then I had to take her to the emergency room, and I sat in the Cleveland Clinic for 7 days with that young lady because her J-pouch turned. I honestly thought she was messing around with me and didn't want me to go in because she was scared of what was gonna happen like this today. And come to find out, no, it wasn't a game. I actually sat in the hospital with her for 7 days because her J-pouch turned. Now, this happened back in August. I sat in the Cleveland Clinic downtown with her, and then it happened again March 2nd. Literally, we were going, she was bringing me in, and she said, you need to turn around and take me to Cleveland Clinic. And that's what I did. And I thought it was a joke until I sat in the hospital. And I sat with the surgeon for 4 hours and waited and waited and waited. And she literally has a new zipper from here to here. Like, I'm sorry that life happened, and I can't help that life happened, but I've been doing so well since May. It's been unbelievable. This gentleman has had me start running his kitchen right here in Painesville. You know, it's the oldest building in Painesville. I'm cooking. I have a chance of getting a union for pouring concrete this year.
Okay, so before I came out here, the word I got from Nicole was, this Nicole, is that you wanted to wrap this all up and go to prison today.
It's not that I want to go to prison, but I'm not trying to bullshit. I honestly thought, you know, you would see that life happens, and I made a
See, here-
mistake.
here's the problem. I don't know nothing about everything you just told me. Nothing. Not one bit of what you told me did I know anything about.
What do you mean?
I didn't know you
I
fell.
thought you told him this.
Well, she told me today, but
Oh.
today, walking into
Oh.
today, I don't know shit about
All
what's been
right,
going on with you for the past long time.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Your Honor. I understand what you're saying.
So I come out here, the word I get is you just want to go to prison, and you
No,
told me.
that's not what I
You told
want.
me that you thought I would understand all this shit, okay, when I don't know anything.
I
Believe it or not, you're not the only guy I have on probation, believe it or not.
I understand it
I
100%.
mean, I didn't come here this week just to wait and sit in here and stare at the wall waiting for you to show up, okay?
I get that.
Okay, now, the way I know stuff going on is through the probation department, okay? Because I probably have, I don't know, 100 of you guys. So it disturbs me because this is your only felony, right? This case,
Yep.
okay? Where do you live right now?
Willoughby,
Where at?
1009 Shadow Road,
Shadow? Where's that?
Lost Nation in Lakeshore.
Off of Lake Shore?
Yeah.
Who do you live there with?
My mother, Lori Mann, and Butch Mann.
Lori, your mother?
Yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Which is my father, my stepfather, but I call him my father. Been in my life 38 years.
I know who Butch is. See, but you've been screwing around with drugs for a long time, though.
I was, yes.
You're in and out of Muni Court.
Yeah, a long time ago for little things.
Well, little things.
Mr. Murray helped me with that.
Little things, but little things then added
Yes.
up,
Yeah, they do.
snowballed into a big thing.
They do.
Okay. So now, you had a couple violations after you were put on probation
I did.
in '22 and twice in '23. July of '23, you were here. And then apparently must have been okay for, I don't know, 21 months, something like that, 21 months, up until,
23 months.
well, up until May of '23, when you were here.
Yeah, I was 8 days away from my 2 years of clean.
Okay. And then now this thing, starting in December. So it disturbs me that you come in here and say, I just want to get, well, first of all, the word I was getting is that you were fighting this all the way because you didn't do nothing, okay?
Yeah, I am.
Well, you're not, 'cause
Well, I
you pled
know,
guilty. But beyond, you were running directly uphill on this, by the way, okay? Because you didn't show up, so right there, you're put yourself
Understandable.
right where you're at. But it disturbs me that you, before I come in here, all you want to do is get this over with and go to prison. Because you've done about 180, you've done about 5 months, 5.5 months on this thing, okay? That leaves you about 5 years left. So what's that all about? You just want to get done and go to prison, be done with it?
It's
How
not
does
that I want to go to prison.
Yeah, right.
Well, nobody wants to go to prison, okay? But
Tell 'em what you-
your preferred method today is get this over with and go to prison.
No, that wasn't my preferred method. My preferred method was to go home today to get back to working for my owner that came in today, being with my 16-year-old daughter that lives with me. That was my ultimate goal, was getting home to them today. Because I have a job waiting for me. I have things in life that are waiting for me.
Right.
I have a construction company that I'm running. I also have, like I said, an opportunity to get in a union. And I'm now, with what we talked about, you were willing to not give me no freedom today. And I thought it would be better in my mindset to just get this done and over with. And take,
As a general matter, I have a hard time when somebody decides they're just not going to show up, and then when they get caught, because you got caught, okay? Just saying, okay, go ahead, go back out there.
I understand that, Your Honor, but I was turning myself in. I promise you that. I had every obligation to turn myself in. But Most Wanted got me first, which I don't understand how I made, I didn't even know Lake County had a Most Wanted, and then social media.
What do you mean most wanted got you?
Lake County's Most Wanted, social media, I guess, was all over, so I was all over social media.
Who runs that?
I have no idea.
Know anything
Yeah.
about that?
He was placed on there.
On where?
Lake County's most wanted.
What's Lake County? Donovan, do you run that?
I do not serve Sheriff Dunlap, or Sheriff Dunlap, Sheriff Lynn Bruno puts people on Facebook boards.
And it was within, I think, under 2 hours.
Yes.
So who ratted you out?
I don't know.
Somebody ratted you out, somebody made a phone call.
I have no idea. I was at the place of my employment, like I said. from the night before.
This is where the case takes an emotional turn. He's no longer arguing about the failed drug test. He's trying to convince the judge he's become a different person. But in court, actions speak louder than promises. Do you think his recent progress should outweigh the mistakes that brought him? It's back here.
Right down the road, the pub, Riders Inn. I literally wanted to come in here. I wanted to finish my probation off. I would even accepted more probation. I would have done another whole year of probation. I got baffled by the NeoCap and everything that was going on in my head. I literally will take a whole nother year of probation if I have to, just so I can get home and fulfill my duties as what you've wanted me to be. You've wanted me to stop dealing drugs. You wanted me to stop being a piece of shit in life. Sorry, my language. And I've done this. I'm excelling finally. Like, I've made something of myself. And I've been there for my mother when she broke her hip. I've been there for my best friend. I got to be his pallbearer one last time. 40 years old, died out of just nowhere. And if I was in such this most wanted, when the cops were in my backyard that day that he died, that Sunday, why didn't the Willoughby cops bring me in then?
I don't know, maybe they didn't, maybe
They knew exactly who I was because they picked me up the last time.
Maybe they had something else to do. I have no idea.
Yeah, it didn't make no sense.
I ain't the police chief in Willoughby, okay?
I get it.
But here's the problem, Doug. All that, so your friend dies, you gotta go to the hospital, your mother breaks her hip, shit happens all the time. And it's gonna keep happening all the time, okay?
But I never used in that time.
I don't know any of this stuff. You know why? Because you didn't show up.
I get it. I
Okay?
get it.
If you show up, then I know for certain whether you did or you didn't.
I get it.
Okay?
I understand.
People that don't show up tell me all the time that, well, at least I didn't commit another crime and I wasn't using. And I said, well, I don't know.
I understand.
So here's what you're going to do. You're coming back here next week.
Okay.
You're staying here now.
Okay.
You're coming back here next week. And you're going to think about what is best for your lot in life. Because sure as shit, it ain't going to prison. That's the dumbest thing. That's a really stupid thing to request. So you think about what you want to do. And we'll come back next Tuesday.
All rise.
And that's the twist nobody saw coming. Instead of sending him straight to prison, the judge hits pause and gives him one final chance to think about his future. It's a reminder that probation isn't just about punishment, it's about accountability. In proving you've changed, now it's your turn, if you were the judge. Would you give him another chance, or is enough enough?